Shri Guru Padatdvandvam Avangmanasagocharam Rakta Shukla Prabha Mishritam Atarkyam Traipuram Maha Hiranyagarbhad Arabdham Shesho Vyasadi Madhyamam Swami Shri Rama Padantam Vande Guru Parampara. Seeking the grace of the Divine Mother, the blessings, love and compassion from the entire Guru lineage, which includes the sages since ancient times, time immemorial, gurus in the lineage, yogis, Sri Vidya adepts, and my Sri Vidya Guru, Swami Rama of the Himalayas, and also Ra Satyanarayana of Mysuru. Here I am to share some of my thoughts and also emotions on this very, very special and unique day of Swami Rama's Mahasamadhi day. Swami Rama is fondly addressed as Gurudev by all his disciples, including the disciples in the West, at the global level. Since today happens to be his day when he decided to leave his body consciously and purposefully, it is very sacred and meaningful to not only to his disciples in the lineage, not only to his loved ones in the lineage, in the tradition, but also to entire humanity and to those who have decided to tread the path of spirituality and also who are undecided and confused about spirituality and also which path to take up as far as the spiritual practices are concerned. And when a great soul, Mahatma he is called, leaves the body, it is very significant for the disciples and also who are treading the path of spirituality, because there is something very mysterious mystical and also esoteric truths about the way a yogi leaves his body consciously through the Brahmarandra. And for many more various reasons, a guru leaving the body is never a sad affair for the disciples. Of course, though as disciples we miss our guru at the physical sense, nevertheless it is very sacred, hence it is a celebration. What I mean to say is, death becomes a celebration not to ordinary deaths, but for special way of leaving the body consciously. Hence it is called Mahasamadhi Day. I told you in the beginning that Swami Rama was fondly addressed as Gurudev. So the caption of today's Mahasamadhi celebration, and also connected to my talk delivered to everybody who is seeking Sri Vidya, is something like this. What is it like to live with Swami Rama? What is it? What is it to live with him, a great yogi of all times? And a great yogi, and I would add an adage that a rarity among the rare yogis. People who are listening to me today might say or feel that, well, every disciple feels the same way about one's own guru. Perhaps it's true because of the bonding that we carry with the guru and all the gurus in the lineage since time immemorial. Perhaps the primordial time that the tradition started. And as per Swami Rama, he says the undocumented period of this tradition, Himalayan tradition, goes back to almost 20,000 years. So to say, in every aspect, today is a special day. Not only for me, for the entire humanity, because of the truths that Swami Rama stood for and gave in various ways beautiful messages about the very purpose of life and great mysterious principles and truths about the mystery of yoga. And above all, beyond this, his contributions to Sri Vidya, which is considered the greatest, the supreme Vidya, wisdom, available on earth in terms of Tantra Sadhana. So what is it like to live with Swami Rama? Is a wide canvas. Perhaps the depth and dimensions are unfathomable when we look at his amazing life that he had in the corporal body as Swami Rama on earth. So he is Gurudev, and my whole intention, the deep intent of my today's talk is to focus in and around the concept of Guru and the beautiful connection that the Guru delivers towards the disciples and the loving bonding that disciples or each disciple carries towards the Guru. It is mutual and complementary to each other. So who is Guru? Guru is that energy in the form of a physical body which has the capacity to take you from darkness to light. Guru is such a power that he is celebrated as Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, and something more, not just the Trimurtis or Trinities as Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, as creator and then being maintained and also towards destruction. All the three qualities that Guru possesses. Plus something more. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma means he is the embodiment of that supreme consciousness who is called in another name as Parabrahman. To that Guru we offer our salutations. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Well, it is a very old and classical understanding of what Guru is, who Guru is all about. When it comes to the modern day, with the technological revolution and particularly the digital world that we are in, even our concepts of life in the human mind has gone through a big revolution. The mind has become more and more rational, questioning why and how of everything, at the cost or at the expense of less and less of emotions, less and less of devotion, surrender and faith. Well, it is good to be scientific tempered, that you question everything, not accept things just blindly or blindfolded. However, a human being is not just a rational being. If he is totally a rational being, mind you, my dear viewers or listeners, it is a lopsided development of the personality. It is never harmonious, it is never integrated. The emotional aspect of the personality needs to be nourished and protected always. But the challenge is how to bring this harmonious blend of very holistic emotions, at the same time a scientific temper or a mind which values science. When all the faculties of the human personality blossom in this way with a proper balancing of emotions and your thinking process or the intellect, then a human being is considered a well-developed and integrated personality. So in the modern world, mind is more or less lopsided in its growth for various reasons. The kind of education that we have been receiving since generations has molded us in a particular way. There is nothing wrong in that. But what we have to see is, while becoming so, what is it that we are missing very badly? Then comes the question of that fifth dimension of the personality called the Atmajnana, or the spiritual dimension of human personality. Well, what are the other dimensions? How Guru looks at these dimensions in the disciple's personality, and how Guru contributes to the blossoming of that kind of an integrated personality is a question for all of us to contemplate on a day like Mahasamadhi, day of a Guru who has been a convoy of the spiritual messages of the sages. Swami Rama, a saint from the mountains. Swami Rama, a saint in a great hurry. Swami Rama, an ambassador who came on to this earth at the close of the 20th century with the messages of the sages to deliver to humanity for its growth and prosperity. He himself had declared, he used to say, I am a representative from the tradition of the sages to show you the Guru in you. So to say, Swami Rama was a Guru who came and lived in the midst of us to show the Guru that you are, to show the Guru who is in you as Guru. This is something very miraculous and wonderful, something very unique about Swami Rama. That's why I say, what is it to live? Or what is it like to live with Swami Rama? So this sentiment becomes very, very relevant to, and not only to me, but to you all, because the kind of impression as a yogi he has left with the world is lasting forever. But my understanding is that his contributions as yogi, a great yogi of 20th century that the world has ever seen, and particularly his unknown face as a Sri Vidya adept is yet to be explored by this generation of people, particularly youngsters. So youngsters have a wonderful message to receive when we look at the life of a great yogi like Swami Rama. And his impressions are so long lasting, then just wonder how it would have been for disciples to live with him when he was in the body. A guru is actually a tattva, a subtle element which is enveloped like Brahmanda. There is no difference between the Brahmanda or the universe and the Guru who represents this Brahmanda. So actually at the philosophical level, and also the scriptures proclaim that Guru is in no way different from the Brahmanda, because he is actually a tattva and not the physical body, as he is referred to when we call somebody as Guru. This is precisely the reason why Swami Rama, whom I call him as Baba, he says that I have come here to introduce the Guru in you. That means he is a Guru who has come to introduce the Guru in you. Means he is referring to the Guru Tattva in you, so that through your practices, through Guru's grace, love, compassion, the disciple is ultimately elevated to the level of the Guru, and the Guru makes sure that the disciple also becomes a Guru. This is the highest pedestal at which the Guru works on the life of the disciple, that he makes sure, if not in this lifetime, but in the coming lifetimes, the Guru Tattva, which comes in different forms of the physical body, will pick up the disciple from wherever he is and then gradually elevated to become a Guru. What do I mean by saying becoming a Guru? It's not that everybody needs to become a physical Guru, teaching, propagating the truths about spirituality, but in the sense that all the potentials, the capabilities that the Guru possesses in terms of he being an adept are also picked up by the disciple, and he becomes or elevated to the level of the Guru, in the sense he is in no way different from the Guru. For many viewers, this statement of mine could be shocking or unacceptable or revolutionary, crossing the limits of the boundaries of spirituality. But I can't help it. This is what Sri Vidya is all about, which the scriptures promises you. Most of the viewers today, I am sure, are devotees of Swami Rama and also initiates in the Samayachara tradition of Sri Vidya, either as Sri Vidya mantras in different forms, may it be Titi Nitya Upasana of Sri Vidya, and also all those who are the admirers of Swami Rama, who want to tread his path, his steps, in terms of yoga, the Ashtanga Yoga that he is popularly known for in the West, and also for all his scientific experiments of spiritual and yogic truths. which ultimately created a revolution in the West to bridge the Western science with Eastern spirituality. For you all, this statement is very, very relevant to you. Why does the scripture say that Sri Vidya is the supreme Vidya? Shri means supreme, Vidya means wisdom. In Tantra, Vidya has a very special connotation. It's not simply can be translated as knowledge. Vidya or wisdom is related only to those tantric practices related to Shakti. If it is not Shakti, they are all called by as knowledge, jnana. Only when it is related to Shakti Upasana, then it is called Vidya. When it comes to Sri Vidya, Shri is the name of the Divine Mother or the Shakti, the counterpart of Shiva. Vidya is also another name for Bhagavati or Parvati, Lalita, in whatever name you want to call her, because she has 1,000 names as Lalita Sahasranama proclaims. So Sri Vidya is particularly referred to Lalita Tripura Sundari tantric practices. So Sri Vidya is supreme because of various reasons. One among them, which I am concerned with in today's topic, talking about Swami Rama, as he stands for what all, and particularly as a great guru, unparalleled. Sri Vidya, the supreme Vidya, the highest Vidya, which takes the disciple to the status of a guru. Can there be anything much more higher than this? And this is what Sri Vidya path of Samayachara can offer to a seeker when he knows what he should seek for in Sri Vidya. Now, most of the initiates in Sri Vidya, listening to this session on Mahasamadhi day of Swami Rama, before getting initiated, when they make inquiries, they have this common question as to what is the eligibility criteria to get initiated in Sri Vidya. I have been telling in many of the podcasts, also prominently in Ranveer show, in a very emphatic manner, that there is nothing like eligibility criteria in Sri Vidya. But the person who is inquiring is not satisfied with this answer. They have doubts. They are suspicious about the very statement I have made publicly. Why? Because for the precise reason that Sri Vidya has so many do's and don'ts, like what you have yamas and niyamas in Ashtanga Yoga. The Ashtanga, 8 parts of yoga, is about the 8 rungs of the ladder of yoga. And the very first rung of the ladder is yama, and then the niyama, then asana, then pranayama, dharana, pratyahara. It goes on like that until samadhi. So when yoga has these yamas and niyamas, why not Tantra Yoga, called Sri Vidya, which is considered the supreme Vidya, doesn't have any eligibility criteria. It does have eligibility criteria. Then why are you not saying it? You are trying to give mantra to whoever comes to you as seeker. That question is asked to me more or less in a silent way, in an indirect way. So my answer is, who am I to judge anybody as imperfect, to take you in the path of reaching the Divine Mother? Then why do we call her mother at all? You know this popular understanding which we use in our day-to-day living, that these are 5 fingers. These 5 fingers are not the same way. Similarly, if there are 5 children in the family, each child is different in terms of capacities, intelligence, health, understanding, everything. In other words, in terms of karma, samskara, vasanas. Each one is born in the womb of the mother, carrying one's own karma, samskara, vasanas to complete its journey, taking birth or rebirth in this life as human body. And the mother looks at all the 5 children in a similar way. She doesn't discriminate between the intelligent child and a dullard, or a good child or a bad child, a healthy child or a sick child. Rather, her attention is more on a sick child, a dullard. Why? Mother is the symbol of, and she lives the truth of love and compassion. And the fact is that the mother accepts all the children as they are, however they are, wherever they are, right? You don't have any difference of opinion in defining the mother in this world, right? Whether east or west, all of us understand this is what the motherhood means. There is a saying that if you may find a bad son or a bad daughter, but you cannot find a bad mother. Well, many of you might be thinking that don't we see so many mothers not being as good as you proclaim? It is the ideal status of a mother that I am talking about. Exceptions are always there. But you find more or less that the mother is like that with all her imperfections. Mother is loving and compassionate with all her imperfections because she is also a human being, come into the body with the baggage of karma to complete her life journey in this birth. So you are bound to find imperfections. So from this point of view, when I look at the world as a spiritual practitioner of Sri Vidya, I feel very motherly about all these seekers in whatever capacity that they want to seek. And they are very badly in need of that love and compassion. If it's given, they would be transformed into wonderful human beings. So this is my concept of spirituality. So I'm not saying something very extraordinary, but I am reiterating what is already said in the scriptures when it comes to tantric practices, and particularly a tantric guru. So, this caption, which came very spontaneously yesterday when we decided to do this, a talk on Swami Rama, that what is it like to live with Swami Rama? This is the perspective that Swami Rama, a yogi, is an extraordinary tantric guru, an adept in Sri Vidya Tantra Sadhana. There are beautiful explanations, descriptions given in the Tantra literature about a tantric guru. Maybe some other time I will address you focused on the tantric guru, but now in about 90 minutes more or less I have to say so much about Swami Rama. I don't want to be defocused, but at the same time I want to tell what is it to live with a tantric guru who was none other than Swami Rama. A tantric guru is a guru out of the box. When I say this, what exactly do I mean? See, all of us have different concepts, our own fixed ideas, images, conditioning about a spiritual guru. The first and the foremost thing is the world is caught up in the image of a guru being a sadhu or a sannyasi. Am I right? The moment, particularly a culture that we are in India, the moment somebody says a guru, what is the image that props up in our mind? Obviously, a jatadhari with the beard or bhasma or something little different according to the path that he is following, and rudraksha or whatever, and a particular costume, saffron or otherwise. And guru is always looked upon as a male figure. And that he has to be a sannyasi or practicing the peak of vairagya or renunciation. And he has to be an epitome of perfection in all respects when a disciple looks upon the guru. And anything other than this doesn't fit into the framework of a guru's image from the point of view of disciples. Now, talking about Swami Rama, having spent my lifetime of this life, this body, about 35 years, I always talk about him as in the present tense because he has never left me even after leaving his mortal body. So for me, he is very much in the present scenario. Whatever I try to share in terms of Vidya, wisdom, it's all Guru's grace and the blessings of the Divine Mother and the entire Guru lineage. So I don't hold any right over it, or I don't claim any ownership about the Sri Vidya that out of great love and compassion transmitted it to me over a period of 30-40 years. Swami Rama, I repeat, was a guru who behaved always out of the box. Just a few examples I give, sprinkle it around and then move on to something else about him. Now, as a Tantric Guru, how he was different than the other gurus. He was a revolutionary in the sense, when it comes to a guru, guru means mantra, mantra means mantra diksha. They are interconnected. We seek the Guru's grace through mantra diksha. That is how spirituality is practiced in India. Mantra and Guru are inseparable. So mantra, Guru and mantra diksha. So many people ask me, in what way are you going to give the mantra diksha? I relate my own experience, because whatever I said about the image of a guru and all that, it was true to me also. I am not excluding myself when I talk about it. I am also like you all, that guru has to be in certain particular image, by which image we are comfortable with. But I could see at every step, at every visit that I made to Rishikesh, which used to be frequent, because always it was an inner call to go and meet my Guru. He never used any phone to call me to come and meet him. I never used any phone call to go and meet him. Everything went on in silence, and I would just end up going and then standing before Swami Rama. And in 1992, when he initiated me in Sri Vidya, in Sadhana Mandir, Rishikesh, that day I still remember, evergreen in my memory. I did not know anything about Sri Vidya, did not know anything about Tantra Sadhana. I was simply drawn to him. And he said, Bete, today I am going to initiate you in Sri Vidya in a very traditional manner, because you like everything about being traditional. I was in for a shock and a surprise. I never spoke anything about what I like, what I don't like and all that. How did he come to know that if it is done in a traditional way, it would be very pleasing? He did that. So what was I supposed to expect? When I went into that meditation hall, Swami Rama was already sitting there, and then he sent word for us. He was sitting in full white dress, kurta pajama, with a mala of Rudraksha in his neck. And there was so much of divine vibes all around in the hall. And the most interesting part was, he had made somebody keep a beautiful brass lamp and with wick and ghee ready. And as soon as we went, myself and my husband inside, he instructed, take the matchstick and then light the lamp. So I did that. And then the whole process of mantra diksha happened. He said two things. One is that when I give you the mantra, in Shambhavi Diksha, Sakshat Shiva would be present here. That's one statement which was out of the box. And he said he would connect me to the entire lineage of rishis. That also came like a bolt from the blue to me. The third thing that he said was that even after I leave my body, the entire Rishi garden is going to protect you, take care of you, and you are always connected to them through this mantra which I am going to give to you. Well, why I am recreating this episode that happened in my life, which many of you might have heard before also. Because most of the time, Swami Rama used to initiate people by recording it in those days it was a tape recorder. He would record it in the tape recorder and send the cassette to the concerned devotee. It would reach them and they would start practicing. Or many people have told me that when they are traveling by flight, when they happen to spend some time in the airport looking for some books in the bookshop, they pick up this book, Living with the Himalayan Masters, and to pass time sitting in the flight, they would just go through some episodes in the book. Then and there, they would see his face, smiling at them in one of the pages, like a video. And then they hear the mantra given to them through that book. Practically, they hear with their physical ears what the mantra is all about, and the mantra diksha is done. Or he would just come in the dream and give the mantra. I am not saying it is only Swami Rama who could do this, never. I don't do that mistake. But I am talking about Tantric Gurus, and Swami Rama happened to be one of them. So much so that Tantric Gurus can be looked upon, could be looked upon as weird gurus, weird human beings. Many a times I have experienced him to be a kind of a weirdo. Yes, because he himself told me after the mantra initiation, don't try to understand your guru. The more you try to understand, the more confused you would be. Why? That time I did not know the distinction of a Tantric Guru. Because a Tantric Guru never comes into the radius or the zone of your remote of understanding or seeing something on the TV screen. He is always beyond that range of the mind. Why, a guru, whether it's Tantric or otherwise, resides in that supreme consciousness, yet in the body, relating with the human world. So if you want to even get a small glimpse of what your guru is all about, or what is it like to live with Swami Rama, there is no other way but to elevate yourself to that level of consciousness, or at least the purity of being, where all the conditions of the mind, the conditioned mind as such, is dropped off, and your heart chakra, anahata chakra, is open for him, like the vast expanse of supreme consciousness and the ether, the sky. Otherwise, you won't even know that you are living with a great master who is a Sri Vidya adept. So Swami Rama used to say that very few are my disciples, and I have a big following who are my admirers. What is the distinction he made when he made this statement? The distinction is, a disciple comes later. Everybody approaches the Guru as admirers with all their limitations as human beings, trying to look for another human being in a Guru or in Swami Rama, and try to see a little more than that. Beyond that, their remote doesn't have the capacity to function because the range is very different. And if you look at his photographs, you find that he doesn't fit into the description of the age-old concept of a Guru. You don't see him with a Brahmadanda and Kamandala and beard and ash, Rudraksha as the Japamala in the hand, so on and so forth. He would just walk on earth like an ordinary human being, but exuding a different kind of an energy field. That was something very predominant when in your very first approach to him. And it's my personal experience that whenever I go and stand in front of him, I could feel that Agni Tattva, the fire element in him, so very strong and very dynamic and active in the external world. So much that before he left his body on Mahasamadhi day, he could complete his vision of a Guru Dakshina to his own Gurus, Bengali Baba, and also to the entire lineage of Gurus in the form of a medical city in Jolly Grant. When we met him first time, he was in that phase of a saint in a great hurry, trying to finish the project of the hospital trust as early as possible. A great vision by itself to give health to people of Garhwal area and also to anybody. There were no regional restrictions to it. So he was always very active and dynamic in the external world, making himself a model for a disciple, how a Guru can stay internally in the state of Samadhi always, yet being very active, dynamic in his consciousness, and become an example to all the disciples how to lead a complete life, bubbling with enthusiasm and purpose and commitment to life. That is something very extraordinary that I could see. And about his behavior, just again I use the word sprinkle, just touch upon it and move on. One day I happened to be in his ashram and there was some yoga conference going on, and about 200 seekers from different parts of the world had come, and I did not know anything about this yoga retreat that was happening in the ashram. I just ended up going there as an inner call to meet my Guru, and I was doubly benefited because I could attend all these sessions. So one day, it was a 10 days retreat. Those days people had 10 days to spare for spiritual retreats. Nowadays, if it is more than 2 days, nobody will come. The speed of the mind is so much today that people are not free at all for spiritual pursuits. So 10 days retreat it was, and one early morning I was sitting in the room, perhaps doing my practice of yogasana and meditation. I heard Baba shouting at the top of his voice, yelling at somebody in a very angry tone. Now, our understanding of an ashram is peace and quietude, right? And the Guru being always smiling and very peaceful with himself, always blessing, very pleasing, so on and so forth. Endless list of do's and don'ts about the Guru. I was surprised because the whole ashram was reverberating with his yelling. So I rushed out to see what was happening. What had happened was, in those days in the ashram, there were a lot of rats, huge ones. I myself had seen it moving around. So it had cut the electrical wires, and the motor was not working, and there was no water supply because of this problem early in the morning. And 200 people are staying in the ashram. So it was a big nuisance. So he was yelling at the ashramites who were taking care of the ashram that previous day he had done a meeting where he had clearly instructed that rats should be taken care of. How? By poisoning them. By poisoning them so that they don't disturb the ecology of the ashram. And it was overlooked and the damage was caused, and he was taking everybody to task. And his favorite word is to be ullu ke patte. And when he would say that, one could understand that he was red in his face and then bulging eyes and really angry with them. Well, an enlightened master is supposed not to get angry. That is one of the concepts that we have built up in our minds. But here is my Guru yelling at and very angry with his face. He is a very pink complexion person, turned completely red and by eyes bulging, rolling around, looking at everybody in anger. I was standing at his back near the door of my room. After all this, he suddenly turned back as though he knew that I was standing watching him, and then you know what he did? He winked at me and started laughing. Within seconds, the transformation I could see. And quickly I understood it was a message for me. What kind of a message? See, when you are with a Guru of that stature, you have to be very sensitive to every act that he performs, every word that he utters, anything and everything he does. Nothing should go away without you scanning him, because your awareness of the presence of the Guru by itself is a great spiritual teaching that you receive. This is a very interesting bonding and the way the communication happens between the Guru and the disciple. If we miss it, if we are looking for some silly things in the Guru or not appreciating out of the box behavior which you are not okay with, then you have lost something very precious, something very meaningful. So, that was precisely a lesson for me, which I adopted later on in my life, when the responsibility of taking care of our ashram, by name Swami Rama, Sadhana Dhama, in the south, which we dedicated to Swami Rama. that when it comes to executing your duties, taking care of an establishment or a system, you should not hesitate to be commanding and rude if the situation demands. And secondly, that the anger that he projected to make the workers or the inmates of the ashram to understand how important it is to take care of every aspect of the system, including the electrical wires, and also how to keep the ashram free from rats, nuisance of the rat, wherein poison is used. Can any mind accept this kind of a violence to other creatures? Well, I leave it to you to contemplate on this, make your own judgments, make your own understanding, take any spiritual lesson that is given to you over there. Otherwise, fine, because Guru is beyond your judgmental attitude. And the lesson that I received was that the anger that he projected was just a play of his consciousness. In other words, a leela. A leela is that which the Divine Mother performs, which has no reason. But for our intellect, the reasoning faculty of the brain, it needs every reason for every action. Why? How? Why? How? Without that answer for why and how, our buddhi and our mind is never satisfied. This is the nature of the dual mind. It needs always a substantiating explanation for all the actions performed. But a tantric guru is beyond your silly, stupid, petty explanations and reasoning. And in seconds he turned back to me and in a very playful way winked at me, which is true then. His playfulness, as though he is not angry at all, is that real? Or his anger towards disturbing the very system in the ashram, creating nuisance for all the inmates without water? The question is in front of you. You can analyze. And I am sure all my initiates in Sri Vidya were all in WhatsApp groups, in different groups of mantras. They will definitely want a decoding of this, and I know I will be bombarded with many questions about the Tantric Guru. I welcome it. I would love to do that. So this is one aspect of Swami Rama which was mind-boggling to me always. This is what made me connect with him so thoroughly well, and he also accepted me with open arms. With open arms. But at the same time, he said, you love everything that is traditional. So he made sure that a ghee lamp was lit, and then in a ritualistic ceremony with water, purification, everything he performed, which is called Achaman. And it was a beautiful mantra initiation. And at the end of the mantra initiation, I was sobbing and tears, because that beautiful connection which was lost from the past life got reignited in my life. But then for him, physical presence to do mantra was not necessary. So coming back to the first question, what this mantra initiation is all about, mantra diksha, I would say there are no eligibility criteria, because Tantric Guru accepts you simply because he is the incarnation of the Divine Mother in all respects. That's why we have this popular singing about Guru. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva. Tvameva bandhu sakha tvameva. Tvameva vidya. This is vidya. Dravinam tvameva. Tvameva sarvam. Tvameva sarvam. Everything you are. You name anything under the sun related to my life. Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Deva deva. Devas deva. Our supreme deva. Mahadeva. The great deva. The great God. Anything and everything, because then the Guru Tattva in him transcends all limitation to be simply the supreme consciousness that Swami Rama has been. This is what a Tantric Guru can give you in terms of experiences, inner and outer. That means to say, what is it to live with a Guru like Swami Rama? It's something fabulous, fantastic, and it is never boring to live with a master like him or to do spiritual practices under his guidance and vigilance, because he would be always present 24/7 in your awareness, if you know how to keep him in your awareness. So, it's during meditation, outside meditation, when you are in the material world, performing your life's activities, he is there all the time, like the divine presence of the Divine Mother, always. He can be mother, father, friend. Tvameva dravinam tvameva. He can be your prosperity. When you ask for prosperity to Guru, he will bless you. Out of my experience, I am telling you. You go through a thought process and it reaches him without your efforts, and you get answers. That is why he is Vidya. Nothing is beyond the purview of his Vidya. The umbrella of this Vidya, of Sri Vidya. He is the very embodiment of Vidya. The second part is, time is coming closer, about a burning question that I am facing nowadays after I started initiating people. People have two conditions of the mind. I have a conditioned mind with two inquiries who call us for mantra initiation. The first question they ask is, why do you charge money for the mantra? So I openly invite you all with this question. Why do you do a window shopping of gurus? When you ask me why Guru Ma charges money for mantra diksha, my simple question to you all is, before coming to me, I am not the first Guru for you. 100% I am very sure that you definitely do window shopping, and with this digital medium being so revolutionary, you get everything on YouTube, and perhaps you know more than what I know when you come to me. When it comes to not Vidya, about window shopping of gurus and the multiple courses, endless courses that this world can offer to you in spirituality. So when you do window shopping, you do it because you don't have to pay for window shopping. It is freely exhibited there. And you cannot touch upon that commodity which is kept in the showcase. You can only see and enjoy. You cannot become a consumer of that product, right? But Mantra Disha is not like that. When a guru does the Mantra Diksha, a Tantric guru, the entire lineage of gurus are present to bless the seeker, the initiate, through that mantra. The guru that you are able to see in front of you is a guru because you call that entity as guru, not because this body has accepted to be a guru. Because this body very clearly, beyond any doubts, understands that this body is only a vessel, a conduit for the entire guru lineage. So it's just a transmission of energy that happens through this conduit. So it is the entire lineage of gurus pick you up through the mantra, take care of you, protect you, guide you. It's a big responsibility, not only of this life, maybe of your past lives and also many lives to come, if you don't elevate yourself to that level of self-enlightenment. It is Guru's promise. For some reason, because of your karmic baggage, which you cannot clear in this life, your enlightenment gets postponed to the next life. But Guru will not leave you after you leave your body to come back to another body. From there he will continue to protect you, guide you, and protect intact whatever practices you have done in your previous life, and then take you on further. So it is the biggest responsibility that a Tantric Guru accepts when he initiates the seeker. However much money you give, or in kind, or in service, if you give your body, mind, thought, everything that you say me and mine, it is not enough to the value of the mantra and the Guru behind the mantra. Don't try to evaluate the Guru or the mantra through your window shopping attitude of the mind that everything should be available free. In 90s, when we were frequently visiting the West, in the initial visits, people over there used to advise us that here in the West, don't do free programs, please. We used to be surprised because in India we used to do all free programs and our entire system is to run on donations. I'm talking about 30-40 years back. We were surprised to hear this kind of a statement. Asked why? Said in the West, people don't value anything that comes free. Why? Because they feel if it is free, it is cheaper, not of high quality. How do you like this? But in India, if it is charged, it is criticized. When it is given free, it doesn't have quality. See the contradictory perspectives of two cultures. So, there may be many people who don't charge. I am not interested in analyzing why and what of it. But I accept Sri Vidya in totality as my practice and lifestyle. I am not here to practice that vairagya that you people think about, believe it to be at the true identification of a guru. A tantric guru is unassuming. Don't get deceived by what you see externally. And at the practical level, I have a system to maintain. What is that system? If I am initiating you online, I need a staff to monitor, coordinate, and digital media for which I have to pay. And now today we are celebrating Baba's Mahasamadhi Day. We have a recording system. 2 office people, technical persons are sitting in front of me. Lighting arrangement hai. Lot of things need to be arranged. And I need to pay all of them. I need a system which has to run efficiently, and without money it is not possible. Why do you all expect our staff to work freely as volunteers? Tell me, is it not a very petty thinking on your part to say that you want to get the mantra on free basis? On the contrary, you should be generous to support in whatever way you can, and a small way that I am asking you to pay a small amount and then clear your karmas. Clear your karmas. It's not something new that I am talking about. Since our ancient times, this concept of Guru Dakshina always existed. Then you may say, out of their will they give, it is not forced upon. Here also it is not forced upon. If you are bent upon taking it free, you are welcome to come and take it. I do that also when a person is in need. But need and greed should be differentiated and discriminated, and I am good at it. So I take the blame if you say I am charging for mantra diksha for these obvious reasons. The rest is left to you. How you think about me, how you contemplate about mantra diksha and all that. I have spoken enough about that. Coming to one more very important aspect that I wanted to share with you is our retreats. I told you the topic is, what is it like to live with Swami Rama? Those were not the days of the digital India. It was there, videos were recorded, but it used to be very expensive. This online was not there at all. We would go all the way to meet him, spending our time, energy and money. And nobody will take you for a trip free. You have to buy the tickets and you have to pay for the stay in the ashram. Don't think that ashram should run in a free manner. That's all done by mathas and such public institutions where there is a donation system, where devotees constantly pour in money for that. It's a different system altogether. So when you compare, you should think on these things. Thoda jnani bano, then you talk. And of course, Swami Rama never asked for any money for the mantras he gave. That doesn't mean that he was not charging for others. That's a different topic altogether. But from our point of view also, when we learned Sri Vidya with our gurus never expected anything. But we as disciples knew the concept of Guru Dakshina. And everybody, without any exception, would offer understanding the needs of conducting a Mantra Diksha program, the expenses involved, the food being offered, Havan being performed, the priests being called for, a center or a temple hall, anything that has been hired. Where will the Guru go to collect money for? It is the disciple's duty to support him in all possible ways. So considering all this, going to Guru, staying with him, physically staying with him, even if it is for 1 day, 2 days, that's how I spent my time with Swami Rama. It used to be very precious. That's the reason why divinity, the Divine Mother herself, the scriptures say, takes the form of a Guru because she knows very well that her children who are seeking to see her, waiting for that physical connection, because without a physical Guru, divinity cannot be connected at all. If at all it happens, only for very few seekers who are very highly advanced in their practices in this lifetime. But for others who are still struggling in this path, without Guru, it is not at all possible to progress in spirituality, especially in a tantric system of practice like Sri Vidya. In Sri Vidya, everything is Guru. That's why Shiva Sutra makes a bold statement and Bhavana Upanishad makes a bold statement. Shri Guruhu Sarva Karana Bhuta Shaktihi. This is what Bhavana Upanishad declares. Shiva Sutra says, Guruhu Upayaha Prasannat Guruhu. Guru is the only means. Upaya means means. Prasannat Guruhu. When the Guru is very much pleased with the disciple gets everything in the form of blessing. The question is how to make the Guru pleased. Definitely not by making inquiries. Why are you charging so much of money? Why do you behave like this? Why can't you behave like this? Why can't you be like this? Why are you like this? Endless petty considerations of your so-called conditioned mind towards the Guru and disciple relationship, when all the time Guru is like Swami Rama, who is always out of the box. You could never predict his behavior. You could never conclude or be judgmental about, okay, this is what Swami Rama is all about. Because the moment you do so, there is another dimension which opens up, which you are yet to understand, and you are again confused and flabbergasted. So, the stay with the Guru more time matters a lot. But in the speedy age, people find it very difficult to meet the Guru. Everything has become online. But at least as spiritual seekers, we must make extraordinary efforts. In quotes, extraordinary efforts. Because I see everybody talking the same jargon that because of my family obligations, I am not able to meet you, Guru Ma, in person. So I opt for online. Perfect, no problem. But if we make some extraordinary efforts, not just end up saying that you are caught up in obligations. Who is not? Who is not trapped in this samsara, this bhava bandhana? Everybody is sailing in the same boat. What is so different about you? But if you make some efforts, when we announce some retreats, those who have attended the retreats know the benefits of it, and what blessings they have received, what wisdom they have received, which has transformed their lives in an extraordinary way. It's like the turning of the table. And their spiritual capacities and credentials have taken a leap of faith. But when we organize any retreat, whether it is free or for some money or extraordinary fees, it is the same comment: why don't you make it free? Why can't you give this knowledge free? Well, on YouTube I keep giving, everybody is giving, but I tell you, YouTube, including me, my YouTube channel is not like being with the Guru in the physical proximity. It's not because of the Guru. It is very essential for the disciple. For Guru it is one and the same. But it depends on your receiving station. As disciples, when we used to go to Swami Rama, what were our experiences? And when I look at the videos now, which were recorded in those days of Swami Rama, when I watch, I can see the difference in energy levels. Not for the Guru it is the same energy, but for our receiving capacities, it is little difficult for us to perceive the subtle knowledge, subtle vidya, subtle wisdom that he passes on simply being there with the Guru, simply being with the disciple and the interactions. So, part of your spiritual journey should be spent in trying to be in connection with the Guru in the physical proximity also, and just don't simply conclude on your own, oh, what can I do? I cannot come out of my responsibilities. Somehow I manage to do my spiritual practices. I am coming to the last part of my session. I say, the seekers of Sri Vidya are addressed as Veeras. Veera. That is the highest title given to him. Who is a Veera? He is a warrior. That's why in the coming retreat, we have named it as Warrior's Retreat, where the warrior never accepts defeat. He enters the war field only to win. With that spirit, never to accept defeat, never to accept failure in your life, keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. Who knows, the grace will descend on you and you attain the highest. Don't be cribbing and crying that with so much of difficulty I can give some time for this practice, and how do you expect me to take different courses either on online. Even for online you have to sit and watch and then practice, right? So it becomes a window shopping. In window shopping you don't get to the end of your journey. It's an endless shopping. Don't waste your life with this nonsensical understanding of spirituality and mantra diksha. Now, instead of making a trip or visitation of the Guru, we say it is a retreat. It's just a changed expression. What you get there is the same thing. Proximity of the Guru, knowledge, spoken out and unspoken, blessing, everything is possible in such retreats. A Guru is unparalleled. Let us not make the mistake of reducing the Guru shrinking the Guru to your expectations as to how a Guru should be. Like how he accepts you, however you are, wherever you are, whatever you are, means not putting any conditions. Not talking about yamas and niyamas, because Guru very well understands that he is also a scavenger, come to this life to wash away your karmas and purify you, cleanse you, so that you are removed all the obstacles for your spiritual evolution in terms of your karmas through blessings and grace, with the grace and blessings of the Divine Mother. All these things happen at a very subtle plane, which we are not able to understand when we are seekers in the path. Better to surrender in faith and devotion and try to do your maximum, not cribbing and crying that I can do only this much, I can do only this much. Be veeras, be warriors, fight for your spiritual evolution from every particle of your existence, particle of your consciousness. And this is what Swami Rama is and was and will be for all the generations to come. And he continues to be a great inspiration as Sri Vidya adept to pass on that great Vidya through many, many bodies to come, and I am one among them. I humble eternally his disciple forever. So with all love and commitment and devotion towards my Guru, I celebrate this Mahasamadhi day of my Guru, feeling blessed and purposeful in my life to have spent about 1 hour 40 minutes sharing about my Guru, who happens to be all of your Guru, because Guru doesn't make any distinction. And especially I am sure, with great deep conviction, I express and I share this truth, that he is present here blessing me, all the listeners, all the viewers, and who are also going to listen to later on, live and also later on of this video. May the Guru lineage and a fabulous Guru who is out of the box, extraordinary Guru, who continues to give this support for your spiritual evolution, be remembered for ages to come eternally by all the seekers, and be blessed. And of course, may the Divine Mother bless us all to understand a little bit of this great Vidya in this lifetime, having born as humans, because it's very difficult to get a human body every time. Now that we have got it, let's make the best use of it and become the conduit, each one of you becoming a conduit, a vessel for that great Sri Vidya wisdom, and pass it on to generations to come and create a very big family, a harmonious family of Sri Vidya initiates. Jai Gurudev, Jai Guru Bhagavati.